So now I want to bring up Leah. She is really a dynamite individual. I was fascinated with what I saw up in San Francisco. She's going to give a little dissertation about the opportunities that exist up there. And again, it really is an honor to have Leah here talking about California life sciences. I think you're going to find this fascinating. So with that, Leah, you're on. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. So I'm Leah Jordan from the California Life Sciences Institute, as Jim said, and I'm here to share what we do to support life sciences entrepreneurs in California and to briefly describe the landscape of investment opportunities that have been largely untapped by the investment banking community to date. Biology is the science of the 21st century. 90% of all scientists that have ever lived are alive today. I want you to think about that for a minute and the impact that has on our current and future world. We have new exciting tools. Some recent examples that you may have heard about in the news are CRISPR and 3D printing. These tools allow us to come up with innovative solutions to our biggest problems and lead to the modernization of entire industries. In California, we house many of these scientists who have started companies to bring their ideas, technologies, and products to the market. I want to take a few minutes of your time to describe the investment opportunity that early life sciences companies in California can offer you. California is particularly strong in 4 new frontiers in the industry: personalized medicine, regenerative medicine, industrial biotech, and digital health. Personalized medicine encompasses targeted therapies and diagnostics. Regenerative medicine, the use of technologies such as stem cell or gene therapy to repair the body, has been fueled by $3 billion in funding approved by the California voters. California is the world leader in industrial biotechnology, the use of biology to produce high-value chemicals. Venture capital investment in digital health, which will transform our healthcare system, last year doubled to almost $2.6 billion, with the majority of that going to California startups. These are large, quickly growing markets. Here are some examples. The personalized medicine market has a combined annual growth rate of 8.74% and is predicted to reach $149 billion by 2020. The global regenerative medicines market is expected to reach $49 billion by 2021 from the current $17 billion, a combined annual growth rate of 23.7%. Energy, industrial, and agricultural applications of biotechnology are just getting off the ground to penetrate a market currently valued at over $250 billion. Finally, the global digital health market is expected to grow from $55 billion in 2014 to $233 billion by 2020. So who are we? The California Life Sciences Institute is an affiliate of the California Life Sciences Association, the largest life sciences industry organization in California, with over 750 members, ranging from the smallest startup companies, known as CLSA Fellows, to industry giants like Genentech, Gilead, and Amgen. CLSA provides group purchasing benefits, networking events, and advocacy at the federal, state, and local levels. We at the Institute help drive innovation in the life sciences by supporting life sciences startup companies in California, including CLSA's 150-plus fellows companies. In the Bay Area alone, we estimate that there are somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 life sciences startups, 450 of which we have contact information for. This doesn't include the companies located in San Diego and LA, 2 other areas in California with thriving startup ecosystems. Our core constituency is comprised of companies with 12 or fewer employees, pre-commercial status, and less than $5 million in funding. In addition, we have strategic partnerships with research institutes, accelerators, and incubators throughout the state, which allows access to the companies that are developing the most cutting-edge biological products. These include facilities established by some of the best-known names in academia, such as Stanford and the University of California, San Francisco, and industrial giants such as Bayer, Illumina, and Johnson & Johnson. We were honored recently to host Jim Hawk on a tour of some of these facilities, including Johnson & Johnson's J-Labs. Each of the J-Labs locations houses 35 to 40 independent companies doing groundbreaking work in healthcare. I think it's fair to say that Jim's response to this firsthand view of the future of medicine was mind-blowing. Okay. These companies are developing the products that offer you, the investor, the opportunity to take part in the technologies that will transform our healthcare system. CLSI's flagship program for supporting the life sciences startups is our FAST Accelerator, in which we provide intensive team-based advising to a select group of young companies to help them develop their business plan and commercialization strategies. We are fortunate to be able to draw on a rich pool of experienced advisors in the Bay Area cluster, including serial entrepreneurs, investors, and others with strong commercialization experience. The program has only been in existence for 3 years, but FAST has achieved some remarkable milestones. The 29 companies that have graduated the program have cumulatively raised more than $115 million since entering the program. 8 are now in the commercial arena shipping product, and 11 have received Series A investments. They have also more than doubled their employee count with over 125 new hires. On the average, these companies have only been out of the program for 1.5 years, indicative of a high degree of success in a very short amount of time. Last year, we conducted a survey to capture the economic contribution of these largely under-the-radar pre-Series A startups in the Bay Area, who do not appear in many of the traditional economic impact analyses because of their small size. We are extending this analysis to Southern California this year and will present our findings at the June 2017 Bio International Convention in San Diego. So here are a few of our findings from the Bay Area study. The vast bulk of companies with which we work are quite young. Companies are popping up all the time, and since this survey exclusively focused on pre-Series A companies, this slide demonstrates that they are hitting their first significant investments or exiting fairly quickly, generally by the 5th year. While Bay Area startups represent the full spectrum of life sciences umbrella, including agriculture, digital health, and industrial biotech, the largest segments by far are therapeutics and med device. To give you a bit of a deeper dive on the therapeutic side, these pre-Series A companies are predominantly in the preclinical stage. In other words, they haven't reached human testing yet. This stage of development presents a rich, exciting investment opportunity. We took a look at the funding sources of these early stage companies. The federal government, go back. Can we go back one? Thanks. Okay. There we go. Okay. We took a look at the funding sources for these early life sciences companies, and the federal government puts a lot of money in the development of drugs at the earliest stages, effectively subsidizing these products, taking no equity and no ownership of intellectual property. The government's willingness to fund the earliest stages of product development de-risks the investment opportunity without dilution, simultaneously creating value for the private investor. Up until now, the private sources of money for these companies have come from friends and family, angel investors, family offices, and venture capital. We think there is a great opportunity for investment bankers as well. These companies are meaningfully structured for investment banking, and CLSI is a gateway to this community for you. Given the long drug development process, protection of intellectual property is particularly important in the development of therapeutics, as this slide demonstrates. Patents are key to protecting your investment. In addition, certain classes of drugs have special market protections provided by the government to extend their market exclusivity. Let me summarize by pointing out the bottom line, which is that there are innovative investment opportunities in early life sciences companies in California with which we would be happy to connect you. Thanks for your attention. I'd be happy to connect with you later in the breakout room. Thank you.
Good job, Julie.